we wanted to talk to you a little bit about the state of the real estate market. Oh, hi there. How are you today? It's Ryan Carson at Carson Law here with another Ryan's Ramble. Didn't see you there. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about the state of the real estate market. Sort of like a state of the union. And really, at the end of the day, there is a lot happening out there. Everybody is probably very familiar with all of the exceptionally high sale prices and valuations that are going on out there. It's definitely a seller's market. I have heard from some industry professionals that they have seen potentially less and less competing offers on property, but people are still asking or over asking on their prices. So it's an exceptionally good time if you're trying to sell. Not so exceptionally great if you're trying to buy. And so on that point, one key thing that I would want to recommend to all buyers out there, whether it's for single use and personal use or for an investment multi-use property, you want to make sure that if you're agreeing to buy the property and you're agreeing to buy it over list, you want to make sure that your financing plan builds in the possibility that the appraisal will not cover that actual purchase price. Example, property is listed for $400,000, you win the bidding process at $500,000. But what if the appraisal only says the property is worth $400,000 or $450,000? How are you going to make up that difference in your purchase price of the extra $500,000? So that's one thing that I would caution you if you're a buyer. Make sure you really do some strong due diligence before you start going overbid, over ask on your offers, because the appraisals are what dictate what the bank will fund on, not the purchase price. So they're going to vet everything off an appraisal, and we are seeing some appraisals come in saying this property is not worth the purchase price. And then you can imagine the problems that brings for the purchaser. So keep that in mind. That's definitely one hot topic that we're seeing right now in the industry. Number two is there is so much volume and action out there, which is great to see. It's great to see this industry flourishing in a difficult time of the pandemic. That's excellent. But keep in mind, with all that extra traffic and volume, there's probably still only the same players and personnel to move deals through the system. So what I'm getting at here is be careful on your closing timelines. Make sure whoever you're working with, bank, insurance, lawyer, make sure that the timeline that you pick for a closing date is achievable for that actual transaction. We're getting a lot of deals that have very tight timelines, and just quite honestly, it's very difficult to get them closed, not because we're not able to do our job, but the problem is there's so many parts to the deal leading up to the closing, i.e. mortgage, i.e. insurance, i.e. appraisals that have to happen, and it just takes longer to do all those things. Not because people don't know what they're doing, but because of COVID. Everything is slower right now because of COVID. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind making sure if you are going in over ask and bidding on properties over the list price, that you keep in mind that your financing may need to buffer a possible low appraisal, and keep in mind timing. Please make sure that you give yourself reasonable timelines, and if you're not sure what a reasonable timeline is, talk to your team, especially talk to the lawyer. The lawyer is the closer. We're getting the deal closed. We need to make sure we have the time to bring it all together. Okay? So thanks a lot. Take care.